For sure. So I want to jump to 2008, that NC State game. That was the NC State game you got to start, 2008. And people may forget, Tommy Beecher was also making his first career start, which I'm planning on getting Tommy on the show, by the way. We've been in contact on Instagram and stuff like that. Because I think his story obviously is extremely interesting, like for all fans. Because, I mean, you remember that offseason, like he wins the starting job. And, I mean, to be anointed the starter by Steve Spurrier brings a lot of pressure, and it can make or break you. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's not being a quarterback under Steve Spurrier is not easy. Nobody's ever claimed it was. But for you specifically, you're making the start. Tommy Beecher's making the start. Like I talked about the emotions going in that first start, but going into that game, like what was that like knowing you have a new quarterback? So I feel like it's almost got to sharpen you. Like I really need to be on my game because, you know, I've got this guy taking snaps in front of me that he's never really been played in a game. He's never started a game, obviously. So, I mean, what was the thought process going into that one? Again, a Thursday nighter on national TV, you're going up against Russell Wilson of all people. So, I mean, yeah, that had to be pretty interesting to say the least.
Well, Tommy was my roommate, I think, for the last 3 years.
Really?
I think it was Tommy Beecher, Ryan Suckup, myself, and then a couple offensive linemen here and there. But throughout my whole career, if you were to watch the quarterbacks throw, even with like Blake Mitchell, Garcia, Chris Smelly, Tommy always threw the nicest ball, in my opinion.
Really?
And you could zing that damn thing, right? And he was an actuary mathematics major, so the dude's smart. So I remember that spring and that fall, I mean, he was slinging it. Right. And he was hitting people open. He was smart. He was knowing the concepts. He's athletic. Great tennis player now. And I remember going into that game, I didn't feel any pressure on me because I thought Tommy was the best dude that we had.
Right.
And obviously the game, didn't work out well. People respond differently. And Serge Wade threw a couple picks or I remember it wasn't smooth sailings to say the least in that game. But that was a big deal. And it was a lot of fun to start with somebody that you spend so much time with.
Right. I want to ask you, too, you got your first career touchdown and your only touchdown in college. I mean, again, you put in all that work and you're a veteran guy at that point. I mean, that had to feel really good for you as far as knowing, like you said, you had put the work in. You had gone through the daily grind for a couple of years now at that point. And to get in the end zone, to get that touchdown, just kind of describe the feelings there. I mean, again, that had to be a cool feeling. Be able to look back and say, I had a touchdown running the football at South Carolina.
Yeah, and it was funny going into that game. We had talked about off-season workouts, being strong and being big, and nobody had really had a weight room run for a while. I remember the play we ran like a 16 whammo, which is basically just kind of a power to the right-hand side. And a dude filled the hole. I just lowered my shoulder, bam, bounced right off of him, scampered into the end zone, and it was right in front of the student section. Best place to score your touchdown. And I think I might have even thrown a little high step in there because I was so juiced, right? Because my career there.
I do remember that.
I haven't been in the end zone yet. I want to get in, baby.
Yeah, you did do the high step. I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. So that shows my excitement. I wanted to be there for 3 or 4 years at that point. I finally got there. So